What's up, SRL fans, and welcome back to another review video. This time we're gonna have a look back at the Belgium Grand Prix, round 14 of season 4, around Spa-Francorchamps. So let's have a look at how last week's race went, and starting off with the qualifying results. It was Francis McGinn taking pole position, only 83 thousandths of a second ahead of Sandro Doulis, who had the pole basically safe but messed up the final corner. Behind him it was Cam Weston-Edwards, Nick van Gelder, Harry Ryan in his second SRL qualifying P5. Then it's Dion Stahl, Ivan Brito, Jure Marusic, Jorge Carrera. Reece March on his debut finished qualified in a nice P10. And then it was like big crash at the back because Reece March didn't get going. Big dive on by Harry Ryan as well. He tried to make a move down the inside of all the leaders basically into turn 1 that forced Cam Weston-Edwards and Francis McGinn to go wide, which meant that Sandro Doulis went by into the lead ahead of Nick van Gelder. Francis McGinn was all the way down to P3 now. On the back straight away, he's trying to get by Nick van Gelder, going down the inside into Lake Com, but Nick van Gelder had to go wide, and Francis McGinn was back into second place. His teammate Vasilis Petitsiotis unfortunately couldn't make the race, so that's a big hit for his championship hopes. And it didn't take long for Francis McGinn to retake the race lead after Sandro Doulis led the first 2 laps. It was Francis McGinn trying to make the move around the outside into turn 1. Sandro Doulis tried his best to keep his position, but he unfortunately couldn't hold the Force India driver back. Francis McGinn pitted early on lap 4 because there was a rain forecasted for the end of the race, so he is switching around the strategy. That meant that Nick van Gelder now goes into the lead after he got by Sandro Doulis, who was struggling on his tires. Sandro Doulis tried to come back at him, trying to take the provisional race lead. Samuel Brandt unfortunately wrecked out of a solid P6 after starting in last place. He crashed out at the top of Radion. Then it was Nick van Gelder pitting. Sandro Doulis pitted a lap earlier, so that meant that Francis McGinn retook the lead of the Belgium Grand Prix. A solid lead. He had a big gap to the cars behind them. Sandro Doulis came back at Nick van Gelder on lap 9, down the inside in the chicane, and he couldn't make the move stick. But on the back straight, Nick van Gelder retook P2 of the race. It was a really nice and clean battle between both of them, Nick van Gelder and Sandro Doulis. Obviously, they're always also fighting for the top spots in the championship. So a really exciting battle between both of them. Sandro Doulis coming back at him the lap after, on lap 10. And on the next lap, it was Nick van Gelder once again trying to make the move into Lake Com. Always the slipstream battle on the Camel Straight. But Nick van Gelder made a crucial mistake by outbraking himself, misjudging the braking point, and he ran wide. Jorge Carrera continued his streaks of retirements after crashing out on the exit of the chicane on lap 14. And then on lap 16, the rain started to come down. Race leader Francis McGinn experienced that after he had a big moment through Radion, picking up a 3-second time penalty. And then it was time for pit stops on lap 18. Francis McGinn, race leader, pitting for intermediate tires. Sandro Doulis decided to stay out one more lap. He tried a gamble to stay out longer. And as you can see, he was struggling on his dry tires, so he made a big mistake by staying out. So Sandro Doulis lost a ton of time, and he dropped down to P3 behind Nick van Gelder again. But in the end, it was Francis McGinn taking another race win around Belgium. Big gap to the cars behind, and was Francis McGinn winning at Belgium. So was Francis McGinn winning ahead of Nick van Gelder and Sandro Doulis. Jure Marusic with his career best finish in P4. Then was Cam Weston-Edwards, Harry Ryan after his misjudgment in turn 1 is in P6. Then it's Dion Stahl, Tim Hoefnagel, who got a qualifying ban in P8. Then it's Jorge Carrera, Sam van Elven, Samuel Brandt, Ivan Brito, and Reece March on his debut. They are all retired. Reece March, in addition, got a qualifying ban for the start incident. which he caused after jumping the start. Still in the lead now, Francis McGinn with a big gap to Nick van Gelder, almost a race win. He's leading the championship by 24 points. Behind him, another 16 points back behind Nick van Gelder, it's Vasilis Petitsiotis, who missed the race. Then it's Sandro Doulis, René van der Staap, Cam Weston-Edwards, Lewis Marshall still out of the league, Dion Stahl, Jesper Lemperman, Bart Condelda missing another race, Luke Smith, Samuel Brandt, Jorge Correra crashing out again in P13. Then it's Sam van Elven and Jurma Rusic making a nice jump into P15 after his P4 finish. Fons van Hoyten, Harry Ryan, Tim Hofnagel, Ivan Brito, Colin Higgins, Yannick Verpeten, Jan Holm, Irfan Daniel in P23. So Racing Point Force India still leading the way with a massive gap to Ferrari with a gap of 182 points. They got the championship basically safe. Behind Ferrari, it's Red Bull, Haas, Renault, Williams, Alfa Romeo, Mercedes, McLaren, and in last place, Scuderia Toro Rosso on 12 points. So Tim Holt's incident for intentionally taking out debutant Reese March in retaliation of Reese March causing a start incident. Tim Hofnagel got handed a race ban, but since he is now on 7 penalty points, that means he'll receive another race ban, which blocks him for 2 races now. And he also has a qualifying ban for the race that he rejoins for a different incident in this race. So big penalty for Tim Hofnagel. Yeah, that's a big deal. Taking someone out intentionally, that's nothing we want to see on the racetrack. So therefore, he got a big penalty. Moving on to some different news now. We got the remaining races on the calendar, the dates. We got them set for the rest of the season. Here you can see them. Next race will be on April 27th after the whole Easter break. So we will be back then. So like I said, 27th April, the Italian Grand Prix. Look at the start time, 4:30 p.m., 17:30 in GMT +1 German time. So make sure you tune in. We will be live on YouTube, obviously. Unfortunately, not with our commentator Fox, so unfortunately had to announce that he won't be able to commentate the rest of the season due to personal timing problems. So we hope we can see our Kamikaze Fox back at the commentary box in season 5. So yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching. I hope I see you on April 27th. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Check out our SRL F1 account on Instagram, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.
It's time to bring the action. Lights out. Time to run what you brung. And we are go. Time to run what you brung. Lights are out. Time to run what you brung. Take a look back at Sandro on the very last lap into the Parabolica. Does the crossover move? Oh, but he power slides it a little bit. He's still on the outside. There's Cameron Weston-Edwards. Oh, and he wrecks. There goes the McLaren. He's taking out more cars. That's Louis Quinlan. Belistiosis, something like that. Sounds like a medical condition. And there are many SRL leagues, but there's only one Sandro Racing League.